Okay, so before we get to the expo hall today to check out Argo, I need to show you something about this beautiful SRV tugboat piece of genius that Star Citizen have recently added. I absolutely love this ship, but it got better. Let me just go over to this paint station, and then we should get my new predicament for Star Citizen. So they released this blue paint here. And I don't know if you noticed, this blue on this ship is so nice, but also it is the exact same blue, shade of blue, for my logo, or the background at least. So now I'm conflicted, because I both love this and this. I want this, but I also want this, and I don't know what to do. This whole Argo relationship is, you know, embedded with my love for orange, and now they've just thrown the blue at me, and I just don't know what to do with myself. So I need to give it to you guys. Let me know in the comment section, should I stick with the orange or should I go team blue? Like, here's the comment: hashtag team orange or hashtag team blue. I don't know, they're both so good. Anyway, let's get into the expo hall and see what they got. Okay, so here we are. We've got a beautiful new expo day. Before we get started on today's expo, I just gotta say, make sure you mark your calendars for this one. This, I think, is going to be worth turning up for. Obviously, the next 2 days are going to be good as well, but RSI Day, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. Anyway, today, we're checking out Argo, Outland, Greycat, and Kruger. It's going to be freaking sweet. I love Argo. Favorite manufacturer. I think it's close, like, top spot between that. Wait a minute. That's not Argo. I've gone to the wrong hall. One moment, please. That's awkward. Alright, that's better. We've got... I don't know if you guys saw it, but obviously the logo is floating on in the middle. That might have been a giveaway. I don't know if that's actually... It's in the video. I've just looked at my performance. I mentioned my new PC yesterday. Here's a picture, a couple of pictures of it. Amazing stuff. Well, I'm do a full video on it, but I'm currently sitting at like 30% CPU usage and 30% GPU usage, and everything's maxed out. It's absolutely insane. Anyway, we'll get onto performance in an upcoming video. Sweet Argo Day. Not gonna lie, as I was saying as I came up the stairs last time, Argo is probably my favorite manufacturer. I absolutely love the orange, as you guys know, and I just really love the industrial, no compromise kind of aesthetic. These little Argo ships here are really cool. I really want to see them like parked up on like a big capital ship moving people around. Love that stuff. And then in the middle we've got, I mean, you already saw it, the new SRV, the tugboat of Star Citizen, which I want to do some more videos with, because I think they're refining... Is that floating? It's floating. Okay, that's an interesting feature. It's got VSAR on, guys. Relax. I did say yesterday, like a few times, I wanted the ships floating in the air. Well, Chris Roberts is listening. There we go. Anyway... The tractor beam gameplay has been like refined and stuff over the like PTU updates and stuff. So I want to have another go at it. But I really love the tugboat life. It's a really cool ship. I did a full video on it. Check it out if you want to go see it. It's really cool. One ship I also need to make a video on really soon is this absolute beauty. This is the Raft from Argo. And it's a cargo ship, but it's the most industrial out of all the ships in the game, in my opinion. You basically have the cargo hanging on the outside. And now, because of cargo being physicalized, if you don't load it up with cargo, you no longer have the cargo crates hanging, like, on the back. So if you saw this ship last year or before physicalized cargo, there would always be cargo containers on this ship. But now... obviously, that's not the case. So I'm interested to see how easy or difficult it is to put cargo in here. So I want to do a video on that. That would be really interesting. But yeah, as a ship, really, really love this one. It's a personal favorite. It actually, I know it's not hugely functional, but I love it. I just love the kind of so industrial, it's ridiculous. And also I like the sort of glass views from these vehicles. And then we've got secretly my favorite ship in the game. Aesthetically, certainly. It's the Mole, which is the 3-man mining ship. I absolutely love this. Please remember, guys, you are out in the elements when you go out to this section. Many a man has fallen thinking they were safe. They are not. Also, one cool thing about the Mole now is the physicalized saddlebags. So now you can remove these if you want, which is kind of cool. You can't buy saddlebags, and I don't think you can trade saddlebags. So you can't take this and then put them on another ship and sell them, which is a bit of a shame. I assume that's coming in the future, but yeah. At the moment, that's what we got. Wow, that looks cool. All the brands. Oh, my bad. Almost forgot. We've got the P-72 and P-52. Beautiful ships, actually. And if you buy a Constellation from RSI, these are actually attached to those ships, which is amazing. I love that gameplay of leaving your ship in atmosphere and then, or out of atmosphere, sorry, and then sort of cruising down on something like this. It's really cool gameplay. It's been a little buggy lately. I haven't tried it, you know, in the recent couple of updates, so it might have got better, but yeah, I really love that gameplay of just having like a base ship, like a mothership, and then going down on a smaller ship. I want more of that. That's what we want. Anyway, before we get to the concept hall, where, again, I'll cry because I can't buy it, is this beautiful hall from Outland. I love Outland ships, and actually it was the first manufacturer I purchased. So we've got the Gamma here, which is kind of cool. It's like a racing variant, I believe. Is it racing? I feel like it's racing. I might be wrong. Maximum thrust. It's probably racing. And then we've got the Beta, I want to say. Yeah, this is actually my original pledge. Back in 2014, I want to say. And it's a really unique... It's a bit dated now, honestly. Like, you can tell this is quite an old design in the interior. Like, for starters, to get in the ship... Oh, also, I'll get onto something I really want to see from Star Citizen in a moment. But yeah, like, for starters, to get into the interior, you've got to get in the pilot's seat. And then having to get out. I loved, though, when I first saw it, the prospect of, like, having living quarters in a ship. I thought that was so cool. But you can really tell how much the design team has progressed for, like, detail in the game. With game development, sometimes it's not about whether or not you can. It's whether or not you have the space or the game engine to be able to do the detail you want, right? I assume. I'm not actually a game developer, if nobody noticed. But yeah, it's just really cool. Like, back in the... Like, the detail on the door, you can really... I think it's a really good indication, but it's still, like, amazing. I think it's a really cool ship. It was my original pledge, but the thing I really want to see... Like, get out here. See what I mean? It's just awkward. You got to get in the seat and then get out the seat. Not my jam. Is the original design of the Mustang. I much prefer. I'll try and find a picture and put it up on the screen for you. But it had much longer kind of feet here. And it would land on them. And I just way prefer that. I think the design of the original Mustang was way better. These little bits up here seem kind of pointless to me. And I just prefer the original. So, Chris Roberts, if you're watching, can you greenlight the retro version of the Mustang to go into full production and be released by next year's IAE? That would be great. Let me know in the comment section if you agree with me. If you would buy that, if you'd be up for that. I think that would be really cool. And actually, I'd love to see it across multiple manufacturers, like seeing retro ships come back. I think there's like the Hornet series has a retro version. The Constellations, that would be kind of cool if there was like an old version they could pretend in lore that existed. The Zeus, you know, I think that would be a really cool way to have kind of variants, have like a retro sort of thing. And then you could have like retro collections for stuff. You know, that would be kind of sweet. Anyway, this is the Mustang Delta. This is the combat version, if I'm not mistaken, right? This guy's kind of hogging the screen. But yeah, you got big weapons and interesting loadouts, I think. Don't know, never owned one, so I'm not 100% sure. And then we've got the Alpha, which is the original kind of... Most people actually own this ship. It's a starter package. But you've got no interior, as you can see, which is a little bit sad. Also, it's a bit weird how the seat is so far forward and yet there's space in the back. They're going to have to rework this ship at some point, I think, with components and stuff. But the Alpha is quite cool because it's got a storage compartment, which is pretty cool. I like that. Anyway, next up is the Nomad. And I'm going to get inside in a moment. But one thing I really love about the Nomad is now the back has a freaking tractor beam on the back. It's awesome. So you can lift cargo in. It's a great position for lifting cargo. Love it. But if we get inside, there is one thing I don't like about this ship, and I'll touch on that in a minute. But yeah, the interior of this ship is just next level cool. And I'm all about this kind of camper van life. That's kind of how I feel about this. Because it's... You can open... It's just like... This is probably one of the nicest interiors to live in. Got like a lot of natural lighting. It seems like natural lighting. It's not natural lighting, but lovely light over the bed there. It's really nice. And then you've got this really nice kitchen with the bits in. You know, I just really love this. And obviously you've got some components up here as well, which is cool. Yeah, it's just a great... And I think a seat comes up or something. Is that right? There we go. A little seat. Love it. It's great. The only thing I really like the pilot sort of styling of this. I don't know what you call it. Control panel? Whatever. But the one thing I don't like about this ship is out here. Whoop. And that is this. The hovering. I'm just not a fan of the whole hovering feature. It just doesn't do it for me, and it's kind of weird. It's hard to land because you don't know how far you've got until you're going to touch the ground. So this would be my daily driver if it just had feet, you know. And I know that's kind of a lot of what Outland does, is this hovering tech. But it's just not, I'm not a fan. Just not a fan. Let me know if you agree on that one. I would daily drive that ship if it didn't hover. That's the honest truth. It's great. Alright, before we get into the concept tour, we've got the beautiful Greycat stand. I love Greycat. I really do. What? Why is there a weird headlight? There is something weird going on with this hull. It's like haunted. And the rear light. Okay, strange. But yeah, I just really love the design of Greycat. It's kind of almost got like a retro feel to it, in a weird way. It's kind of like modern day astronaut NASA vibes. I don't know if that's officially what Greycat is meant to be. But yeah, I just kind of get like modern day astronaut vibes from it. Anyway, you've got the Greycat Rock, the beautiful and really fun mining vehicle, which I love to use. I love that gameplay. It's really good. And then we've got the Rock DS. I don't know if they've gone on record to say, well, some people at CIG don't like this vehicle. If you don't know, it's a bit awkward because you can't mine, like this vehicle, you can mine and drive at the same time. This one, you need 2 people, and one person who's mining is out in the elements. I love the visual design of this vehicle, sorry. And honestly, I'd probably pick it over the Rock, even though I'd have to get out and get in that seat. But I just really like the design, the 6 wheels, the chunky wheels. I don't know if it has more cargo space, but yeah, I don't know if you guys agree. It's just cool. Either that or you find a buddy and, you know, go out mining together. Bit of bants and whatnot, and it'll be all good. But yeah, I really, really like that Rock DS. It gets a hard time. It just needs a little bubble around the co-pilot seat, I suppose. And then it'll be all good. Then it'll be fine. People wouldn't mind too much, I don't think. Anyway, that's that. Anything on this side? Okay, we've got the hover quad from Outland, and again, I think the design of this really suited with the Nomad. Kind of nice triangle angles. You got some really nice like acrylic on there, it looks like, or glass, I don't know. It looks so futuristic and quite well grounded as well, which is really cool. The materials are awesome. Like, look at the leather on the seat. That looks comfy, doesn't it? But it freaking hovers. And for this, I don't mind it so much. But it is a little awkward to use at the moment. So I feel like they need to refine the driving a little bit to use it more often. Also, until we get personal hangars and being able to request ground vehicles for easy loading in your personal hangar, I don't really want to like bother around with all that stuff. It takes so long to load up vehicles like this and then do something. If I've only got like a certain amount of time to do something in Star Citizen, that really gets in the way. So bring on personal hangars, and then this sort of thing is going to get used way more often. All right, so this is the where I cry. No, it looks so cool. So this is the Pioneer, and if you don't know, it's quite an old concept, but it is a base building ship. So the idea is you come in from space, you land on a planet, you build a base, and then you fly back up to space, and you're left with a base. It's basically a manufacturing ship. It's like a moving factory, and that is so cool. Again, I keep missing the purchase of it. I'll keep trying, and I know they worked on it a little bit, so yeah. Like way back when. I don't think it's had any recent work, but yeah, it's really cool to see in a big hologram. I need it. I need it in my fleet. I need this and the Kraken, both of which are sold out, which makes me very sad. But that's it for today, guys. Tomorrow we've got some more awesome stuff, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. And in the meantime, you can watch this video where I check out some cool stuff. That was good. Anyway, see you next time. Bye-bye.